in. Cancer, how are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for showing up. If you are new, welcome to my channel. If you are returning, thank you so much. You are very welcome, and I'm so grateful to have you here. Now, today we're doing a reading for your sun, moon, rising, and your Venus sign, as always. And we are checking the mid-month for you. Now, keep in mind that this is a general reading, so please check your sun, moon, rising, and your Venus sign to get a more holistic way. Or if you'd like a reading, especially with your energy, description box below, there are my comments there, my Etsy shop, so you can um, book your reading there. Okay, so let's get started here and see what we have for you. I'm going to be checking the recent, past, present, and message from Spirit for you. Okay, let's get started, Cancer. Thank you so much, and I wish you a wonderful reading. Now, for the recent past, we have the King of Cups, we have the Judgment, and we have the Six of Wands. For the present energy, we have the Ace of Cups, we have the Five of Wands, and we have the Lovers. And finally, for message from Spirit, we have the Eight of Wands, we have the Nine of Swords, and we have Strength. Beautiful. Perfect. So we're going to be clarifying these cards, of course. Now, when we're coming to the main energy of you reading the middle card here, he comes up as the Five of Wands. So I see you at this moment, at present, coming into a stage of your energy. It's more into overcoming people, overcoming situations, overcoming yourself. Okay, so I feel that overall, this reading can be asking you to stop competing with yourself. Okay, you are better than what you take credit for. I feel like there's a valid sort of validation message here for you. Okay, but let's get started here from the recent past. So we have this King of Cups. So I see you becoming very stable. In the past, something happened here that you were stable, you were okay, you were grounded, everything was working well, you were doing just fine. The Judgment card is here. So you were connecting with spirit, you were connecting with your things, you were achieving a lot of stuff because the Six of Wands is here as well. So you were achieving stuff in your life. You were okay. You know, there's something here that it was okay in the past. But let's clarify and see because it's looking yes, okay. I was like, it feels positive, but I don't feel 100% positive here. So the King of Cups comes a 10 of Wands, okay? So through this, I'm very grounded. I'm very, my emotional intelligence is right on top. However, I am constantly focusing on, I have to remain there. So putting pressure on myself to remain this stable person, this grounded, and keeping this image that it's not who I am. Okay, so in a sense, putting a mask. Okay, now, woo, for the Judgment card, we have the Hermit. Yes. So there was some divine timing here that happened into you have to go back in. You have to stop worrying about what are people talking or thinking about me. It's about leave that behind. I'm even tired talking. I'm breathless here. This could even be your energy that it's tiring to be focusing on thinking about what other people are thinking. Just be yourself. I know sometimes it's not easy to be ourselves, especially when we have some dysfunctional environments around. Now, for the Six of Wands, for the Six of Wands, for the Six of Wands, please. Thank you. We got two cards. Okay, I'll take them. I'll take them because I feel we need a lot of information here. We have the Three of Wands and we have the Magician. Okay, so it's like this Six of Wands is like I just have to keep getting the stuff so that I am recognized. What are you recognized for? Because being recognized for something, and if you don't feel you're worthy of it, it's just gonna keep you stuck in that energy, right? I could even be talking about this magician here coming from a place of manipulation, and of course the magician manipulates the energy, but it's manipulating an image that it's not mine. You know, this could even be, I'm in a workplace where I have to pretend that I am so much into what they're talking about. It could be even politics, and I couldn't care less. That's not my essence, right? So I feel like a lot of some, not a lot, I was going to say a lot of you, but I'll say some of you, right? um there's a sense of the outside remains very stable, but the inside broken. And that's quite clear here with the Five of Wands in the present. It's quite clear. It's like feeling alone when you're not alone. Okay? You're not alone. You're never alone. You always have guides. You always have the universe. God is always with you. Okay? And I'm sure you have people around you. They care for you. Um, but maybe you kept this image that you have to remain as an emperor, right? That doesn't need anything. Now let's go into the present energy. Now the present energy, we start with this Ace of Cups. Now Ace of Cups could be talking about your self-love, connecting more with your self-love, with who you are, with having fun, okay? Because this card does have a child and has um, a dolphin there. So there's something about more playfulness. It's asking you for playfulness here as well, okay? Connecting and listening to your intuition and understanding yourself a little bit more. We talked a lot about this Five of Wands. I'll leave you like that. And we also have the lovers, okay? The lovers here can definitely talk about love, because the Ace of Cups could also be talk about love, but we could also be talking about living in denial. No one loves me for who I am. I will never be, maybe you had some betrayal in the past, like I will never be able to trust someone again. Well, it's not just so much about the other person, it's about yourself. Do you trust yourself 100% to, to open up to another person? And then there's another situation we hear a lot is like you had one betrayal, and then the other 8 billion of people, they're going to be um, guilty because one person betrayed you. So if there's something like that in your life, work on it. Go some therapy. Do something online. Get a tarot reading, right? Holistic therapies and all of that to help you to overcome that. Now, for the Ace of Cups, what? Okay, two cards. For the Ace of Cups, we have the High Priestess and we have the Knight of Wands. So yes, it's about your intuition. We're just talking about following your intuition here, and your intuition is guiding you, but it's guiding you to take action quick. And there's something here that you're holding back, but it's asking you to take some quick action here. For the Five of Wands, we're just coming two cards. For the Five of Wands, oh, they came in reverse. Seven of Swords in reverse, perfect, and the Four of Wands in reverse. So, I okay, I don't like so much the Four of Wands in reverse, because that's giving me all the sadness, wanting to be alone. It's not, I'm not ready to move forward. Um, but I believe it's important, because I see you have to work on something. There's some healing that needs to happen here. The lovers also connect with healing the heart, right? So what's with the lovers? Again, two cards. The Emperor, we're just talking about the Emperor. We could be talking about you having to work on your divine masculine, okay? Tapping into that energy. Not the toxic masculinity, but the actual divine masculine. Look online with that, okay? And the Page of Wands, yes, there's a need to work on something here. I feel you might need to work on that. Of course, this is divine masculine. We're not talking about just a man, a male working on divine masculine. We could be talking as well about a woman working on divine masculine, okay? Because we have the two in everything, right? The yin yang, dark and light, right? Divine masculine, divine feminine. We have the polarities in everything that we do, right? So pay attention to that. And then we move on into message from Spirit for you. We start with the Eight of Wands. So Spirit is definitely helping you here to move forward, to get rid of your worries with the Nine of Swords, and to remain focused and to understand. And we're also talking about you acknowledging all that you went through in your life with the Strength card, because the Strength card, we normally see here this person with her hand inside a lion's mouth. So who does that in their right mind? No one is the answer, right? So there's a lot of courage here, and there's a lot of mental strength. She just knows what she's doing, right? In that case, because normally it's a woman, so she knows what she's doing there, right? And this one, she is keeping this lion nice and quiet. It's like hypnotizing the lion there, right? Putting a crown and everything. Who put a crown in a lion? So there's a lot of extreme mental strain, and I feel the universe is gonna give you something, some proof, some synchronicity, some coincidence, if you want to call it that way, during this mid-month energy here that allows you to see, that to understand who you are. It's like a wake-up call, actually. Yes, the world with the aid of one. So we could be talking about traveling. Maybe you're traveling, or maybe it could be someone coming from a distant land to see you. And that could actually be just what you need. Okay? I don't feel this is love. I don't feel this is um, a love connection here. Now, for the Nine of Swords, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Okay? When you give your worries to the universe, like, I'll do that for you. And then they give you abundance. Okay? They give you, because you'll be going through a lot of stuff here, and it's time to get rid of that. I see you definitely asking for help here. Now, for the Strength, we have the Queen of Pentacles, and we have the Six of Pentacles. So we have a lot of pentacles here. So we could be talking about work. We could be talking about your grounding, your stability, your money, your resources, all of that. There could be a sense here that I'm not able to move forward from this salary. I'm not able to be, to grow, to be promoted here. I'm always going to be having just this salary, this thing. Or maybe if you are entrepreneur, I'm just going to be making this amount of money, and I'm not going to go over that. Well, that's about to change. That's what I see here in this reading, right? So let's, because we're talking about money and all that beautiful stuff, let's connect here with the angels of abundance and see what else do we have for Cancer for this mid-month. And if you're still here, let me know if this is making sense to you. Leave me a thumbs up if you care, please, to help me to grow my channel. This is our energy exchange, and of course, helps me to bring the message to other people out there. Now, for the angels of abundance, unlimited ideas. Okay, so don't limit yourself for one idea, one time, one type, a way of doing things. Okay, um, your mind is one with God's infinite mind. Therefore, you have complete access to unlimited ideas, guaranteed to bring blessings. All you need to do is to take divinely guided action to allow these ideas to come to fruition, okay? So, overcoming this mindset that I'm not good enough, get rid of that. Abundance mindset. We talk about mindset, shifting your mindset. There you go. About the mindset, okay? So it's, this card talks about not just because maybe some of people are just focusing on tomorrow I will. So when you're just focusing on tomorrow I will feel, tomorrow I will have, you're always one step behind the abundance. Okay, start working on that right now. Okay, like a lot of videos about law of attraction talks about that. If you if you work with that, if you're talking about manifestation and all of that, um, guided meditations about how you feel about something, right? Holding that sense for a couple of seconds, a good few seconds, even minutes if you can, right? Like type, closing your eyes, tapping into your own energy, like body scan, feeling everything, and then connect with how would you feel having this and that amount of money, that house, that car, that place, that relationship, whatever you want in your life, okay? See, feel, think, and speak of abundance as something you already have in the present moment. And that is what you will experience. When you tap into something, okay, and you feel it, your brain is just going to activate and brings you that. Okay? So let's just finalize here with angels of ancestors for you. So a lot of lessons here today in this reading. For Cancer, what do we have? Moon, take note of intuitive message. We came from a full moon in Gemini. I do hope you took some notes there. However, we're going to come into a new moon very short after mid month. We're going to come into a new moon in Sagittarius. So that could be also very important to you. So take note of any ideas, intuitive messages. Protection Guardian, drop your shields. We were talking about that. Someone betray you and you're going to be just blaming everyone else, right? And you close yourself. Drop your shields, okay? You are always protected. And you have learned with the past experiences to have discernment and to understand what's for you and what's not for you. Okay, as long as you are honest, remember the first and the recent past, as long as you are honest, you don't have to be just looking for something on the outside. Start coming from the inside, being absolutely honest with you. Okay, and then it comes out. Write down that as well. There could be some intuitive things that there's some pain, some wounds from the past that you need to work on, okay? Touch into that. Write that down. Let that go. Make peace with it. Write it down. Burn the paper safely. And just cut it off with that, okay? And open up to the new. There's so much good things coming into your life. You know, this year has been all about closing cycles, cycle after cycle after cycle with the number nine. And 2026 is going to come this beautiful. So just close the door for all of that that doesn't serve you. So you allow all the space to all the new beginnings to come into your life, okay? So that's what I have for you, Cancer. Thank you so much for being here. If you want a personal reading, description box below in the first comment, you have my details there. And until next time, have a great day. Take care.